coming to you in high definition. This is the Fox 9 Morning News.
It's a day for girls and boys to explore the great world of science, get away from the boring textbooks and actually get their little hands on with all these great experiments. It's of course, Fox 9's annual Girls and Science. We call it Kids and Science, too, so that they can come down to the Science Museum and take a look at some of these great ways of getting you involved with science, the world of science. And joining us this morning from Pfizer, as if you couldn't tell from the lab coats here, joining us are Kim Stutzman-Engwall from Pfizer and Amy Orrs from Pfizer. Thanks for being here, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And so we're talking first off, your experiment that you're going to be doing tomorrow is DNA extraction. And they told me in the news meeting this morning that you would be extracting for me, and I didn't know what to expect. Is this going to hurt?
No, it won't hurt at all.
Okay.
But
all
we're
right.
actually not going to extract from you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, that's good to hear.
We're
We brought a
extracting
surrogate.
from peas.
From peas, all right.
That's right.
Well, my wife would say he's about as simple as a pea. There you go. So how do we do this? What do we do?
Well, I'm going to let Amy talk about that.
Yeah.
So actually what we did, we prepared the peas in advance, which is what we'll do for the ladies tomorrow.
Okay.
We ground them up in a blender with some water and some salt to isolate the cells. Then we added soap to break up the cell membranes so we could get to the DNA. And now what we're going to do, and you can help me if you'd like,
right.
put your
Put on my
lab
safety
glasses
goggles.
on,
Yes.
sure.
Do I need my lab coat too?
We have a lab
Can't
coat
hurt,
for
that's
you.
for certain.
All right. I feel like, okay.
So
Weird
the nice
science.
thing about this demonstration,
Yeah.
it is safe. Everything, household products, you'll see we
I
have
think it's button.
peas.
Is it button in the middle?
It's very
There it is.
possible.
There it is.
So what you can do is you can take your peas. I have some peas for you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just take a little pinch of meat tenderizer. We'll put that in.
All right. Oh, geez. Almost spilled it. Okay.
You could have mine.
Just a little pinch?
Just a little
That's
pinch.
it?
And
Stir it
it
on
up.
All right.
Yep.
And stir it kind
This
of
is
gently.
Gently
Yeah?
stir.
Oh, gently.
Don't
All
make it
right.
angry.
Okay. Don't get it frothy.
Yep.
All right.
So once it's mixed,
Mm-hmm.
then what you're going to do is you're going to tilt your tube. Well, you'll probably tilt it this way. I'm
Tilt it
left-handed.
this-
I'm backwards.
All right.
Now you have just normal, everyday rubbing alcohol. We pick
beaker?
that up. I'm going to let you do it.
All right.
I'll show. No.
No,
Oops,
don't.
sorry.
Don't.
This way. Tilt and pour
Oh,
the
I see.
alcohol
Into
the
this.
tube, but tilt it at an angle.
Tilt it at
Because
an
what
angle.
we want is we want the alcohol to sit on top of the peas.
Like a pour, so in a beer, you don't get a
It's
frothy head.
Exactly, but we
like
won't
that.
say that tomorrow.
No, right.
Because they
yeah.
won't have any idea what we're talking
They'll learn
about.
that when they go off to college.
So once your alcohol is in,
All right.
you'll see that your alcohol will sit on top and your peas are
Oh,
on the
sure.
bottom.
I've done
and
that
you're actually
properly.
starting to form DNA. So you can take your stir stick again.
Okay.
The thing is about DNA, it's not soluble in water, so it doesn't dissolve. It's soluble in water, so it dissolves in water, but
I
it
see.
doesn't dissolve in alcohol.
All right.
So if you take your stir stick and put it in and just start stirring around, you'll see that white layer in the middle is actually your DNA.
How about that?
And if you twist your stir stick around, all that white is actually pea DNA coming out of the solution into the alcohol, and you can
can lift it
extract
up.
your
Like
DNA.
cotton candy.
It
It is like cotton candy.
Look at that.
So the thing that we really like about this experiment is the girls can actually take it home and they can do it with other sources of DNA. We have DNA is in all living things.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to try other fruits or vegetables or anything at home because it uses everyday household items, they can do that on their own and experiment and sort of get
I
into
love it.
science.
That is really a cool experiment.
So there you have
Yeah.
isolated DNA.
Isolated DNA. And was I reading, is this right, that it was a woman who first discovered
exactly.
DNA?
It was.
Yeah,
Yes.
a woman scientist.
Right.
Rosalind Franklin.
And she unfortunately did not get the Nobel Prize. James Watson and Crick got the Nobel Prize for that. But she was actually the person who originally
Yeah.
discovered the structure of DNA.
Well, and obviously this is to get girls involved in science, because when you were a kid growing up, was that something, I know you early on wanted to get into science because
I
you
did.
were interested early on,
Right.
but you were probably more the exception than the rule at the time.
Well, I was very fortunate. I had a sixth grade teacher who was very hands-on, and so instead of studying from the textbook, he brought in a lot of science experiments that we could do, while we were sitting in class.
Right.
And to me that was just so interesting because I could ask the questions, how does this work? Why is it working? And at that point, I decided I was going to go into science, but I really had no idea, what kind of careers were available.
And Amy, is that what you folks are hoping, that you'll, by getting people to get more hands-on, you'll kind of unlock that little, whatever it is inside them so they get excited about science?
Absolutely. I think it's just important for them to know what's out there, and there are so many different, things they can do with science, and this is just showing them, sort of a peek into one thing they could do.
Sure. Well, the best part is getting out of the classroom and getting some hands-on.
Absolutely.
Like
And there's going to be, a lot of different really fun demonstrations tomorrow.
Look forward to it.
This will just be one of
Just
them.
one of them. Just one
Right.
of the great ones. All right. Well, ladies, thanks so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Appreciate it.
Once again, Fox 9's Girls and Science is happening. There's all the information on your screen tomorrow from 10 until 4 at the Science Museum of Minnesota, of course, in St. Paul. Ian, Keith, and Eric will be there, and you can look for live shots from the event tomorrow on Fox 9 Morning News. Don't want to miss it. It is a great event, and if you download your information, you get it all free. It's all free for the family.